Hey, tonight I'm going to show you how to hook up a PS3 controller to your Nexus 7 and what you have to do that. Well, first off, you need a PS3 controller. I have a couple PS3 controllers. This is the original controller that came with the original PS3 when it was first released. It doesn't even have, it's just a 6-axis. It's before they have the dual shock on there even. I didn't try this controller. I don't know if it works or not. I also have a DualShock 3 6-axis controller, and this one is the official Sony product. This one I did pair with the device. So how do you pair and get this thing working? Well, first off, you're going to need to do a few things. You're going to need to root your device. That may or may not be intimidating for you. That I'm not going to cover in this video. You can Google up Nexus 7 root, and I'm sure you can find lots of procedures or have a friend help you to do that. But you will need root with this method. The second thing you're going to need is a USB cable. When you buy these controllers and you pair them up to your PS3, there's no Bluetooth discovery mode on here, so you have to pair them up with a cable initially to get them to work with your PS3. It's been so long since I bought my PS3, I think I remember doing that, hooking them up with a cable initially to get them paired. You have to do the same thing with this Nexus 7, so you're going to need some special cables. I bought this on Amazon for like $3 or $4. It's basically just a micro USB that connects to the bottom of the Nexus 7, and then it has a female USB, so I can just use a standard USB that I had laying around the house, like that. That will go to a mini USB, which connects to the controller. So you connect, basically you have to connect to the controller from there to there. And these use all standard cables. There's nothing proprietary or special that you have to buy. So that's the second thing you need is the cable. Routing, then a cable, then you also need this program. Let's see if I can show you the program. We'll look it up in the Play Store really quick. And I have it on here already. It's called Sixaxis Compatibility. It's by Dancing Pixel Studios. It will cost you $1.99 USD. There is a compatibility checker. You can run that first to verify that you have root and that it kind of works on your device. But I can say for this Jelly Bean 4.11 Nexus 7, it does work on there, as I will demonstrate shortly. Once you maybe do the compatibility check and see that you have everything working, then you can purchase the $1.99 program and finish the pairing. The pairing was really easy to do. You just have to run the program, follow the directions, hook your cable up. One word of caution, you probably want to turn off your PS3, because as you're pairing this thing up and you start pushing buttons, if it's been paired with your PS3 already, it's probably going to turn your PS3 on and pair with that. So that's not cool. Turn your PS3 off. I'm going to show the program a little bit because the program makes the controller compatible for games that know nothing about the controller. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at the application. I've got it running here already and paired up. Basically, you can make profiles. And the profiles, I think, are the real key here because you can switch back and forth between different profiles. I've got one called Pinball. Now, anybody that's played a pinball game on a tablet, there's a basic set of controls that you push the screen for the left and right plungers. And it's usually pretty free. You don't have to push a specific area, just somewhere in the left and right areas, you got to push it. So I'm going to show how they handle that in this little application. So let's go into preferences. They handle all kinds of settings that you can do. For instance, I can do gamepad settings, keyboard emulation, mouse emulation, or touch emulation. That's basically anything on this controller. I can wire it up to a keyboard setting. Like if I want the up arrow here to press A on the keyboard, that you would go into the keyboard emulation and configure that. If I want to do a mouse emulation, same kind of things. Touch emulation, same kind of. I'm interested in touch emulation because the pinball game, you touch on the left and right side of the screens. So I'm going to do edit a touch profile. And it's saying double tap for menu. You're not going to be able to see this, but all you have to know is that I'm loading in a profile that I made called Pinball. You can see there's these little movable dots. These dots are associated to buttons. I can add as many buttons as I want. Buttons on the controller, that is. So I've got the left and right triggers associated to these areas of the screen. So that's kind of the gist of it. Now you go back to your application over here and you just select your profile. You can have a bunch of different profiles set up so you can quickly toggle between games or whatever your needs are. Once I have that set up and running and your controller is paired, I can fire up a game of pinball. And I'm going to do that right now. I've got a Zen pinball game and I think we're probably going already. So I'm just going to resume the game. And you can see very quickly, there's the plunger going back, and bingo. I'm using the PS3 controller to control this game, even though the game knows nothing about PS3 controllers or anything like that. Now this isn't going to improve your game. If you suck, you suck. You know what I mean? But it sure can't hurt. And it is kind of cool being able to use an awesome controller like the PS3 controller with your... yeah, I'm leaving so soon. With your tablet. I don't know if this works with OnLive. I haven't tried it. You can, Google is your friend. You can Google up and see if it works with your particular games or not. So again, to reiterate a little bit, it does require root. It requires probably a genuine PS3 controller. I got the DualShock 3 Sixaxis. It requires a cable to get yourself hooked in there, and that's a one-time only thing. Once you're associated with that device, you're done. You don't have to do it again. And it requires the Sixaxis controller program, which costs you $1.99 from Market. Once you have that all set up, you're good to go. Thanks a lot for watching.